Greetings all you maniacs, minds on our grinds. Welcome back to another Warframe's ins and outs. Today we're going to be taking a look at Trinity. I thought I did a video on Trinity, but I didn't. I mean, I've used her in videos, but I haven't dedicated a video to her. Now, something suspicious. I have Breach Surge instead of her 1. Her 1 just gives health. That's all you need to know about her 1. Anyway, let's talk about Trinity. So, she revives fallen allies faster and from 50% further away. Whatever. That's fine. So this is the build I've been running. It's just a build that I've been using. It works extremely well. And, well, as you're going to see in the Steel Path footage, she doesn't die. Trinity doesn't know how to die. So her second ability, Energy Vampire, I have Breach Surge on her first, just because. It gives energy, and it does true damage, meaning that it bypasses all enemy resistances. So it pulses every now and then and gives a percentage of energy, and if you kill the enemy, you get the remainder of what energy that they had. Of course, I can't show it because I'm full energy, so I'm going to have to spam a little bit. So with this build, I think it's like 130 something, depending on the enemy. Yeah, 160. So it stuns them, and that's cool. So that's pretty nice. So she just gives a fuck ton of energy. Anyway. Her 3 link... Okay, it gives you 75% damage reduction. And, well, it's only to you. And it channels enemies' damage back to them, but it does, absolutely nothing. So, yeah, all you gotta do is activate it. And for a brief period... you have damage reduction, and they will hurt themselves. But obviously, you can't stand in front of high-level enemies for days on end and survive. It's just not how that's going to work. It's only 75% damage reduction, which is affected by adaptation and her overshields. So, her 4th ability, Blessing. This is the ability that is kind of spammed, but for very good reason. It, for me, 100% heal, damage reduction for everybody, for 17 seconds, and that is obviously amazing, and it gives you overshields. I'm pretty sure that's the only reason, or no, I only have, yeah, I have the auger set. So another thing about her 3 that I forgot to mention is that it prevents knockdowns when you're linked to enemies. So that is very, very nice. And of course, I have Breach Surge on her 1. I find it very handy for crowd control, just so I can get my abilities off. As I've shown in previous videos when I use Trinity and Steel Path, I gotta let my energy pool get up because Trinity without energy is a dead Trinity. So, obviously she's much better in the squad. She benefits everybody. She has no damage tools, but she doesn't need damage. So I'll take that energy from you. And yeah, when the enemies are procced with Vile, you see how much damage her 3 is capable of doing. So this is essentially Trinity gameplay. The enemies don't get a chance to really kill you, at all. Luckily I brought this. So now the Acolyte I am not worried about at all. So yeah, that's really nice for crowd control, the Breach Surge. Obviously you can put on whatever the hell you want onto Trinity, but Breach Surge is a pretty nice thing to have, just to be honest. You could put Dispensary on her, but that's kind of redundant, because she's already giving basically unlimited energy, and you don't have to wait for it. You just tap an enemy and then you have energy. Oh, I don't have my 3 active. So yeah, see, there's no knockdowns when I'm linked to enemies. That's very, very handy. Melee deserves to be nerfed, by the way. I'm not saying that like sarcastically. I'm kind of legit. Because there's no consequences to using melee. Anyway, this video is not about melee. It's about Trinity being awesome. And she is. She's great. I never thought that I would really like a full-on support frame. I mean, Oberon is kind of like that, but he can also do damage and buff allies. Things like that. And Trinity plus Oberon is kind of a powerful combo. My only issue right now, I'm having a little bit of trouble killing enemies without using melee, and I really don't want to rely on melee. So, I just want to wait till the Acolyte gets here so I can ruin their shit, hopefully. And hopefully it's not the one I despise, and one that's actually, like, not annoying. So, this is essentially Trinity and Steel Path. You don't die. The enemies don't get a chance to really kill you unless you don't keep watch on your ability durations.
Life support activated.
And you just have unlimited energy, and you can recast her 4 whenever you want, so you can literally spam it. Not recommended, but you can if you need to. And I'm pretty sure she heals targets too, like defense targets and everything, just at a reduced rate. But I think she also gives them damage reduction. I could be wrong though. I feel like she gives damage reduction. So yeah, Trinity is really, really cool. I don't play her very much though. As awesome as she is and as satisfying as she is to play, I don't really play her too much. I don't know. There just isn't really much incentive to play this game right now. There isn't a whole lot of content right now. There's not too much to do. I mean, Railjack exists, but I mean, it's better. New Railjack is much better than old Railjack, but still, there really isn't much for me to go for, except for that pistol, but other than that. Okay, here he is. Oh good, it's violence. Someone that's not annoying.
Our operative is making progress. This will help our cause.
True damage, bitch.
When you are ready, go to extract.
I mean, not even really focused on using Trinity's abilities here, because she can't kill with her abilities, really. So, well, that was that. That was easy. So this is, again, I have to say this every video. I do this just because not everyone's going to play Steel Path. And it's good to see what she can do in a normal mission. Because some frames play differently at higher levels opposed to normal levels. It's just how it is. But, you know, this is going to be extremely easy because, well, it's just the first few waves of disruption. If I stayed a while, like, I don't know, 30 minutes, it might start getting tough, but not really.
Demo unit incoming. Don't let them near the conduit.
Okay. And of course, Trinity's ability does nothing to the Demolist. Just remember to always keep your abilities up. That is the biggest thing you need to make sure about in playing Trinity. Because if your abilities go down in high levels, well, you're gonna get evaporated
Demo unit's on its way.
if you're not careful. 2 more conduits to go, and that's a showcase.
Performance.
All right.
Improvement? I'd be looking that Cupidon in the mouth.
Give me your energy. Easy. I mean, obviously. It's not like I'm doing Steel Path Disruption. That's annoying, actually. And it's not worth it. If Steel Path Disruption gave Radiant Relics or double the relics or hell, just something like that, that would be sick.
Coming in fast.
That would really incentivize people to do that. Like, imagine getting like Radiant Vaulted Relics. That'd be something. DE just needs to find a way to incentivize players to actually try, to actually, you know, do high-level content and make it more engaging and not just play Nidus or Chroma or anyone like that and just tank everything. And the solution to that is not nullifiers. I don't know. And easy.
Not going home yet. We just got here.
Well, that's Trinity. She works extremely well in Steel Path. She works basically any mission. You throw her in any situation, she does extraordinarily well. She works against any faction. She works in a multitude of boss fights like the Orb Mothers and the Eidolons because she can give everyone damage reduction and heal everybody. In the Eidolons, you're not exactly going to be able to get energy all the time. But in the Orb Mother fights, especially the Prophet Taker, yes. Because there'd be a whole lot of mobs, and that would be Trinity's job, as it always is, to support everybody. And she never gets any thanks for it. It's kind of like, she's kind of like Harrow. It's a very thankless job. But giving energy, I think Harrow's a bit more consistent. But anyway, she's a fantastic frame. Would recommend. This is the build I use. Arcane Tempo is just there for some shotguns that I sometimes use. So thank you guys so much for watching. And remember, in Trilby, we trust.